If you work as a manufacturing facilities engineer, installing a new piece of equipment can be as complex as the machinery itself. From prep work to alignment and testing, it's your team's job to put it all together. That's why it's good to have Grainger on your side. With industrial-grade products and next-day delivery, Grainger helps ensure you have everything you need close at hand through every step of the installation. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Oh, well, hello.
Let's start over on that one. Let's save this for a blooper, but let's start over.
You can mess up the word hello.
All right.
Okay, fine.
Round
I'm
two.
fine. Everything's fine.
Round two.
Round two. Well, hello there, friends. Welcome to this week's episode of the Silverwood Show Podcast. And I have to say right off the bat, this is going to be such a fun episode. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
The entertainment here is amazing.
Well, yeah.
And we're going to just kind of,
I'm so excited because we do have a special guest later today.
Yeah.
And so to talk all things new about entertainment here at the park, specifically the train show, the Marvin show, and the engineers. So stay tuned for that.
Oh my gosh, so many fun things. So I'm really excited. It's
Yes,
great.
me too.
But I wanted to challenge you. Oh, yeah, this is my co-host, Jordan.
Thanks.
He's great.
The voice, the other voice.
The other voice is Jordan. And I'm Sara.
Yeah.
Jean.
Great. We're killing it right now.
But my brain is in competitive mode.
Okay.
Because I'm going to challenge you to a duel.
A duel.
A duel.
Okay, let's duel.
I want to play a game called 5 seconds.
Okay.
And you have to name 3 things in 5 seconds.
Okay.
Based on what I say.
Okay. And
is that a way to explain it? Did that make sense? Do you have no idea what we're talking about right now?
I know what we're talking about because I know what the game is.
How about the listeners?
The listeners might not.
Okay.
So
you explain.
Okay, so each of us is going to give the other a name 3 blank.
Yes.
And the other person has 5 seconds to name 3 of those things.
I didn't do a blank. I did
Wait.
Okay, no, that would work.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just saying a blank is as in it could be, I don't know, name 3.
Well, don't do it.
Okay, I'm not going to do it because I don't want to ruin it.
Yeah, because if I didn't do it right, then
Okay,
I'm going to have to start
good.
all over.
Okay.
So, is it we go back and forth?
Yeah, so you'll do one first, and then I'll give one to you. But I have a timer all set up. It sounds like this.
Ooh.
It has 5 seconds, and then on the ding.
5 seconds is a long time.
Well, not when you're trying to think about all this.
Okay. All right. Are you ready?
She said she's going to have hard ones for me, so I'm a little nervous here.
Also, remember, I'm the newbie here. So what's hard for me is probably not hard for Jordan.
Okay, well, that makes me feel a little bit better. Okay.
Okay. You ready?
Ready.
All right. Silverwood rides that start with a B.
Oh, wow. Boulder Beach Bay. What?
Yay!
Rides that start with a B?
Yeah.
I
looked them up.
Bumper boats.
There's one in the kiddie area.
Butterflyer. Oh my gosh. That is hard.
Yes.
Okay. Well,
this is the level we're on right now.
0-0. My turn for you.
Oh no.
Okay, ready?
Oh no.
Name 3 funnel cake flavors.
Fruity, tutti fruity, tutti fruity. That's the only one I eat.
You could have pretty much said anything. It's fun. It's
strawberry.
Fruit fatty. It's fruit. Fun.
Oh, did I even get it wrong?
Fruit fatty.
Fatty.
Fruit fatty.
That was fun fatty.
Strawberry, huckleberry, and powdered sugar.
Oh. Maybe I should branch out this season.
Maybe you should try new ones. Well, this is going really good. We're at 0-0.
We're doing great. Meanwhile, our listeners are yelling at us through there.
You guys play along too. Tell us how many you get.
Yes, please.
Okay. Ready? You're for me.
Yeah. Ready? 3 rides named after animals.
My gosh. I can't. Frog hopper, butterflyer. That would have been the same thing. Oh my gosh. Frog hopper, butterflyer, puppy go round would have been a good one to go.
There you go.
Okay,
Eagle hunt.
Eagle hunt. My first went to, which is not good. My first one went to the grizzly, which is what
we don't have that.
Timber Terrier used to be called the grizzly.
We don't have it
but
the name anymore. Yeah.
we can't go there. So wrong. Okay, your turn. Here we go.
Yeah, okay.
Name 3 water attractions.
Avalanche Mountain, Ricochet Rapids. Are those right?
Yeah, those are right. You got 2. I mean, you just said eagle hunt.
I know. I got stuck on the Ricochet Rapids because then I started thinking it was the other one, the other R one. Riptide Racer. I always get those
Riptide Racer,
two.
Rumble Falls.
Yeah. It gets in my head.
Okay.
So, but I did better than you, so that's all that matters.
Okay. Still 0-0. Great.
Okay. All right.
Oh man, yours are hard. Okay,
I know.
I'm ready.
Okay. Wait, I'm not ready. How about... Okay, I'm ready.
Okay.
3 places to get soft serve ice cream.
Desert Island, South Creamery, and Ice Creamery.
Good job.
And Kettle Corn.
And
Get 4.
Yeah. I don't think... Does Ice Creamery actually have soft serve?
Yeah.
Okay. It said hard
Maybe not.
serve.
Maybe not.
I don't think it does. So I think
Kettle
you
Corn
got
at the
it.
end.
You did say it. Yeah.
Okay,
I'll
we'll
give
count
it to
it.
you. But I don't think,
South
that was my
Creamery did.
trick question because...
Desert Island and Sweet and Salty as soft serve
our
as well.
new place. I thought you were going to say that one. That's kind of why I put that in
Nope,
there.
I didn't. But I'll take 1 point.
Okay,
It was
yes, you got a point.
as the buzzer was ringing,
yeah.
we said that one.
I will
Okay.
give it to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Out of the kindness of my heart.
This is funny. All right. Name 3 ice cream flavors.
Huckleberry, chocolate vanilla.
Okay. Way to pull that one out. I was like,
Did it matter what kind of ice cream? See, that's where my
No,
brain stopped again
no.
because I was still in soft serve.
ice
so
cream
I'm like,
flavors.
I know there are 3 types of soft serve.
Okay, that's true.
So I went above and beyond just now.
Well, maybe.
Yeah. Still did better than you.
Yeah, I didn't say hard scoop. What do you mean? He still did better than me.
I got 3.
I got 3. I got 4.
I didn't get one wrong
3.
in the middle of
Okay,
3.
fine. Okay.
Okay.
1-1. Here we go.
Okay. Oh, is it me? No, it's you. Okay.
No, I just did that one. Ice cream flavors.
Yeah. So
No,
it's you.
Okay, it's me. Yeah.
Okay. 3 Silverwood events in May.
Mother's Day weekend, anniversary weekend, and kids weekend.
Yay! Good job.
With time to
I
spare.
know. I knew you'd get that one.
Good.
Since
Thanks for
you're
giving
the one
me
that markets it.
giving me a layup on that one.
You're welcome.
Okay. Coming back, which is coming up soon.
Yeah, I know.
So
Yeah.
Silverwood
I
anniversary
thought
weekend.
that'd be like a kind of a shameless plug.
That is a good one because Silverwood anniversary weekend is opening weekend, which is May 3rd and 4th.
So close.
It is close.
So
it's coming up.
close. Yeah, I can feel it.
Ready?
Ready.
Name 3 roller coasters.
Oh my god. Tremors, Timber Terror, and Stunt Pilot.
Good job. Isn't it funny how your brain just blanks?
Goes, well, the T's. It's like the same letter, and then my brain goes, wait, which one's which?
It just fries.
Yeah, and then I wanted to say the Grizzly because you said the Grizzly, and it just got stuck in my head.
You're welcome.
And what I really wanted to say was Aftershock, but that wouldn't come out.
Oh, I was like, that is a roller coaster. You could have said
Yeah,
it.
I just didn't word vomit. So
Okay, so it's
I'm
2
winning.
to 2.
Okay.
Your turn to
Okay.
read it for me.
Wait. Okay.
Okay, ready. Go.
Name 3 2024 Silverwood conductors.
Rochelle, Wendy, and Hannah.
Oh, right at the buzzer. But aren't Wendy and Hannah technically one?
Alyssa.
That doesn't work. No, it doesn't count.
Well,
It doesn't
they're not
count.
one.
You didn't. But they're one conductor.
And Jackie.
I think you get half a point.
Okay, I'll get a half a point
Half
there.
point for that
Okay,
one. Yeah.
well, that wasn't clear.
Yes, it was.
Okay.
Mhm.
Fine. You didn't say
They're one account. Wander quarterly.
You said one conductors. Okay, coming up
I
next.
think Hannah and Wendy would tell you if you listen to last week's episode that they are one.
I don't
Yeah,
disagree
they're
with
one.
that, but
They're
okay.
one. They're twins.
Ready for the next one is name 3 retail shops.
Sweet Treats. The General Store. I don't know. What's the other one?
I mean, there's Huck's General Store. There's Tremors Gift Shop.
Oh.
There's
Oh,
Stunt
I could have
Pilot.
said those gift shops.
The Boulder Beach Gift Shop.
Okay. I got that one.
Candy. I mean, the front coffee house. Yeah.
Yeah.
So 2.5.
I haven't done
to
enough
2.
shopping.
You need to do more shopping.
Yeah, exactly. Wait. Yeah. 2.5 to 2.
2.5 to 2. Technically, it should be 2.6.
No.
Why? I think it have. I
Maybe
got 2 out of
2.4.
3. 2 out of 3 is 0.66.
Okay, fine.
Great. I'll take
Jordan
it.
did math. He just got a full
Yeah,
point.
good
Okay,
job.
it's 3 to 2.
Okay. Next up.
Wait, is it me to you?
Yes, that's what it is. I would think we have one more.
Yeah.
One more each.
I'm ready.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Name 3 current magic show animal names.
Oh my gosh. Gypsy. Bunny 1 and Bunny 2.
No!
I don't know it. I don't know.
I knew you would.
Okay. Well, I have one for you.
Okay.
Okay. This is going to be a fun one.
Fun or hard?
Name 3 past podcast guests.
3 past podcast guests: Danny, Chase, and Michael.
Good job. Wait, that's 3 to 2.6?
Yeah, I win.
No, I knew you would get that one. I should have done another one. Oh, okay.
No, because I gave you because you did math. You got a 3, so technically it's a tie.
Well, then we got to have a tiebreaker.
Oh.
Okay.
Mr. Competition over
we
here.
can't do that. Okay.
I'm ready.
Give me one more.
Okay. Ready?
Yep.
3 things you can rent at Silverwood.
Stroller, ECV, and manual wheelchair.
Wow. I was thinking like lockers and stuff.
Well, lockers
but,
was a
know,
good
that
one
works
too.
Yeah.
I was just going info center
I know.
and
You were
going
looking
down
at
the
the
list.
sign right
Yeah,
now.
exactly. That's exactly what I was doing.
I can tell. Okay.
Okay.
Good job.
Here we go. Ready. Name 3 train show characters.
Rosie, Ranger Rosie, Dynamite Dan, and Big Joe.
Good
And
job.
Sasquatch.
Yes. We'll give you an extra for that Sasquatch
Yeah, so I
one.
win.
So you
I win.
win. You win that one. It was close.
I like it.
It was close.
I never win anything.
Okay, you
What
can
do I
have that
get?
one. You win this. Satisfaction of winning that game.
I'm going to carry that with me for a really long
sure
time.
you
You
are.
know that, right? You're
Yes.
never going to hear the end of it. It's going in the next intro, everything.
Okay,
so
great.
anyway, what do you say we move into the Park Pulse?
Park Pulse.
So we are getting really close to opening, right? Like really close. Like, do you realize how close we are to?
I do.
Yeah.
I'm feeling it. I think everybody's feeling it right now.
Yeah, seriously.
How close are we?
We are 5 weeks away tomorrow or Saturday or something. We're still
Saturday.
Saturday. 5
yes.
weeks away. So
Saturday.
whew, depending on when you're listening to this,
Right.
we are 5 weeks away from those gates opening and all that energy just flowing right back into the park.
It's a lot to do still.
A lot to do.
So,
But
I mean, that's what's going around the park is just trying to get the park ready to go for opening day.
I saw the train earlier.
That's always an exciting time when you hear that whistle for
it
the
was
first
like,
time.
Wait, what was that? You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
So
After it's
yeah.
months long hibernation
Yeah.
and finally it's coming back.
Such a beautiful sound. So speaking of it like coming up really, really fast, that means it's time to get on it.
Yeah.
We have a last chance sale and it's your last chance. So
Last chance.
do it.
Last chance
now.
sale. You have until the 25th of April
Okay.
to buy those tickets at $18 off discount. So
Still a good
definitely buy it now because they will go up to their regular summer
Yeah.
price after that. There are like your May tickets and your September tickets. The May tickets will start to go on sale soon for those special events in May. But these tickets are valid for any time during the season.
Mm-hmm.
2-day tickets, you don't have to use them 2 consecutive days. You can use them
So
any
great.
2 days. So come out in June, come out in August, come
Yeah.
out when it's nice. It doesn't matter.
That's
so
right. Yeah. And it's going to be another beautiful summer. I just feel it. It's going to be perfect
Great.
weather. Everything's going to be
speak
great.
it. Speak it.
I will. I'm going to speak it into reality. So we have something exciting. If you listened to last week's episode, we talked a little bit about the conductor program. Applications are closed, and Jordan and I are currently going through them all and choosing
Our conductors.
Our 2025 conductors. So if you applied, thank you so much. You'll be hearing from us really, really soon. And we will be doing a big introduction there on social media so you can get to know each and every one of them. So I'm so excited. Some really great applicants came through this year.
They always are.
So,
And it's always great to see how many people actually come out to the park, visit, who've been coming here forever and want to talk about
and just
the
real
park.
people, you know, and it's such a great way to kind of get to know the park from a different set of eyes than people who are working here, you know, every day. So really excited for that. So stay tuned for that announcement. And we are just like a couple days away from the deadline for Read to Ride. So kids, I hope you got those logs in. You've got till the very end of the month to get that done. So unless I gave your school a slight extension for spring break.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a tough one. So that date kind of falls right in there. So so if I gave your school that, then everything's fine. But aside from that, it's time to get those free tickets and come to the park this summer.
Get ready. Start that planning.
Yeah.
And all the hard work that goes into that for the kids to earn those tickets. And I just know, I mean, my daughter does it.
Yeah.
And it's really fun when they get that ticket in hand. They've accomplished something.
Exactly.
And they get to spend a great day making memories.
Yeah. And just to say that they earned it, you know, brought their family with them. So definitely a big deal. So kiddos, get that reading done. Again, March 31st is the last day to do your reading for that. But I think it's time we head into the mail train.
Mail train.
All right, we got some great listener emails this week. It's always so hard to choose. Our loyal listeners are coming through with all of their great questions. So I've just kind of been randomizing things and hoping I pick some good ones. So Gail Oliver, I chose yours because it's very interesting, and a lot of people don't know this. So how long has Silverwood been open as an amusement park, and why in Athol, Idaho? Jordan, you can kind of go into this a little bit.
That's the $1 million question, I think. So the first year of Silverwood's operation was 1988. So it's been 37 years this year.
So crazy.
And in Athol, Idaho is because our owner, Gary Norton, bought a piece of land called Henley Aerodrome back in the day, and that's what it was before. And it was just an airstrip, aerodrome. People come in, fly out, and he bought it. And from there, he actually went to an auction in Reno, Nevada, and bought the train. And that's the steam engine that he bought and is here now and built a city around it. And from there, it just started to grow. So everything was built around that train. Yeah. And here we are today, 37 years later. And obviously, a lot has changed, a lot has grown. But that's where it started.
Yeah, and that train's still there. Looking as brand new as she ever did.
Oh, they put a lot of effort into that train to make sure that
beautiful.
Every year all polished up and ready to go to carry our guests around the silver mine.
I cannot wait. Okay, so thank you, Gail, for that. Great answer, Jordan. And then we have Kelsey Corvela. She wanted to know, how did we acquire the buffaloes?
Oh, the buffaloes. Yeah. That is always a unique story. So we lease out those buffaloes. We basically rent them for the summer from a farm that's nearby, and so they come out. They give us the buffalo. We feed them throughout the summer, and then they go back to their homes after September. So I don't really know how it started. I just know that they've been out there for a long time.
Great trade-off.
If you're lucky, you will see a baby that's
I hope we have more
either
babies
been
this year.
freshly born. But we do have a contract that has a certain amount of bison that come out. They're technically bison.
Yeah.
But
wait, what's the difference between a bison and buffalo?
So a bison is in America. Oh. So the American bison and the buffalo, like the water buffalo, are over in different continents.
I just learned something.
There you go.
Yeah, I had no idea.
Yeah.
So sorry, I've been mixing y'all up the whole entire time. Don't be mad at me. So.
It's Bruce the bison, not Bruce the buffalo.
Oh, I know. Okay.
Bruce
sorry,
the bison.
Bruce.
Yeah, you better say sorry
he's
to
gonna
Bruce.
stab me with his horn. So, so thank you, Kelsey, for that question. Now, y'all know we have this loyal listener thing going. You've been signing up. We just keep getting more and more and more. And when you become a loyal listener by signing up online at silverwoodthemepark.com/podcast, you become a number. And we get to basically, well, you're more than a number.
You're more than a number.
But
you
get a number. You get assigned a number.
Yes.
And we will randomly generate every week a different number out of those numbers. Thank you, Google, for your random Google generator. And we're going to call you, and we are going to put you on the podcast and offer you 2 tickets to Silverwood, plus
plus the chance to win $50 in Silverwood cash.
Yeah. So what do you say we call our next winner?
Yeah, let's randomly pick our next winner, which is going.
Okay.
We have a winner.
And our winner is random number 254.
Wow, that's a big number.
I know it's a big
we're
number.
Growing.
We're growing because it's way past that.
Okay,
I couldn't
okay.
believe it. Okay, so let's call our winner
Okay,
now.
sounds good.
Yeah.
Hello?
Hey, is this Sarah?
This is.
Sarah. It's Sara and Jordan from the Silverwood Show Podcast. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Oh my gosh,
We're
we're
so
so
good.
good. We're so glad you answered because you're our loyal listener for the week.
Oh my goodness.
And you signed up online, which means you get 2 tickets to Silverwood this summer.
Oh my goodness. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. We did want to ask you a couple questions, get to know you a little bit better. By the way, you're on the podcast right now. Don't worry. Surprise, you're on the podcast. Yeah. But yes, so hey, when did you start coming to Silverwood?
So I grew up in the area, so I've been going since I was a kid.
Oh, I love it. So you have lots of fond memories.
Favorite ride?
Yeah.
You have a favorite ride?
I think my favorite ride would probably be Tremors. I always was a roller coaster kid. So
That's a good one.
Well, you're going to get to ride it this summer, and it's all upgraded and amazing and
smooth.
Oh,
and
yeah.
it's
I've
gonna be
seen
great.
the stuff online. It looks really cool.
Yeah, we can't wait for it.
Yeah, we totally can't wait for it. So what do you say we maybe up your winnings a little bit?
Yes.
Oh my
so
goodness.
what we're gonna do is we're gonna play a little true false game. So
Okay.
every one that you get right, you'll get $5 in Silverwood cash to spend, and then we have an extra question at the end. So we have 5 of those questions, an extra question at the end that is a sound of a ride. That if you guess it right, you'll get you'll get 25 extra dollars. So a total of potential $50.
$50. You get a lot for $50 around here. So
we're gonna do it. We're gonna get that $50.
Yes, we are. Are you ready for the first true false question?
Yes.
Or I guess I should say statement.
Yes. Okay.
Okay. Corkscrew came from Knott's Berry Farms.
True.
Correct.
True.
Yay!
$5. It's
$5.
easy. It's an easy $5.
All right. Number 2. Our steam engine train was built in 1915.
Ooh. True.
Yes. Oh, you are on fire.
There you go.
Yes.
I don't know what year it was built. But okay.
That was the year.
That was the year. Good job.
She's our old number 7 there. Okay.
$10.
Here's the next one. The panic plunge drop is 100 feet.
False.
Oh, sorry.
No,
yes,
that's
that's right.
No, it's right.
That's right.
Jordan, hit the wrong
Sorry.
button.
Yeah, I pressed the wrong because you said false, but that was correct. Yes.
That's correct. It's 120 feet, and
Nice.
panic plunge itself is 140. So
Good
some
job.
fun facts
Okay,
for
we're
ya.
at $15.
Okay, are you ready for your next one?
Yes.
Stunt pilot can go up to 45 miles per hour.
True.
False.
Okay.
Now you gotta
That's
push the
pretty
button.
fast. I know it's fast, but yeah.
52 miles an hour, actually.
52. Okay.
Mhm.
There you go.
So still good, still good. We have one last one before we move into the sound. And this is one about Jordan.
Oh, great.
So if you've ever listened to previous podcasts as our
You
loyal
might.
Listener,
Right.
then you might have heard this.
This is- Man.
Jordan has a pet sheep named Susan.
True.
Yes.
Nice work,
Good
Sarah.
job.
That's fantastic. 4 out of 5. Yeah.
$20.
$20 right
Okay.
there.
Okay.
So I'm going to give you this sound. This is worth $25. I'm going to tell you what people have guessed that has been wrong. So we've had one guess on this, and it was the log flume, and that was incorrect. So giving you that up front. So here comes the sound.
Okay. Bumper boats?
Oh,
that was
good
No.
guess,
Very good
though.
guess. That was a good
That
guess.
was a really
I
good
found it
guess.
too, and I was like, okay. I was like, because I thought that might be a little more obscure. So I found it.
That was a great
That
guess.
was actually a great guess. You're really
Yes.
good at this. But you still got $20 in the bank. You still got
Yes.
2 tickets to
Awesome.
Silverwood for this summer. And I'm going to be contacting you a little bit later. I'll probably shoot you a text or email, one or the other, both, to let you know how to
Okay.
get those tickets. Okay. So
Awesome.
thank
Thank
you so
you.
much for playing
Thank
today.
you.
And thank you so much for listening to the podcast.
Yeah, have a great day.
You as well.
Thank you too.
We'll be in touch.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Yay, Jordan.
Yay.
3 in a row.
We're on a lucky streak.
We are on a lucky streak, and she was fantastic. She knew her stuff.
She did know her stuff.
So I love it when somebody grew up here and just has all those great memories. So if you want to be the next person to be our loyal listener of the week, make sure that you apply at silverwoodthemepark.com/podcast. In that same place, you scroll down a little bit, you can listen to the podcast on any of your favorite streaming platforms. So what do you say we move on?
We have a special guest coming up.
We do have a really special guest, and I think this is going to be a really fun episode because when you get Jordan and his entertainment and then our entertainment guest,
yes,
you kind of have just a ball of fun. You guys are a ball of fun.
Okay, we'll take it, but it is going to be fun.
It's going to be fun, yeah.
And hopefully everybody learns a lot more about entertainment and what happens here at Silverwood.
Absolutely. Stay tuned.
The Big Drop.
All right, we are back, and we are going to be talking all things 2025 entertainment, and we've got a very special guest. This is right up Jordan's alley today. We have got Shiloh in the studio. She is our entertainment productions manager. And Shiloh, I would have said your last name, but I don't think I would say it right.
Give it a try.
I feel like you should give it a
shot.
shot.
Give it a try.
Yeah. Is it just Qalo? Kalo?
That's a good.
Kolo.
Oh.
How do you say
Good
it?
effort. Good effort.
How do you say it?
It's pronounced Galo.
Oh, wow. I
Like
was
a G.
way off.
Yeah.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, it's actually Ngalo.
And because it is.
It's Fijian.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
So shame on you for not knowing
I
that.
know, right? Oh
How
my
dare.
goodness. But we're here with you, and we want to know everything about you first. So how long have you worked here? Tell me all about your family, that kind of good stuff.
All the stuff.
All the stuff, all
Wow.
the things.
Wow. Okay. Well, I've worked here for a full year, a little bit over a year now. Just made my 1 year mark in February, beginning of February. And I don't know, what else do you want to know? You want to know about my family?
Yes.
Where are you
Where are you
from?
from?
Where are you from?
Born and raised in Hawaii.
Yes.
I grew up on the island of Oahu, and I was there until my first professional performing job. I worked at Disney there, and then for about 8 months, and then I went on tour with Disney for a couple of contracts, and my first tour was in 2019. That took me into 2020, which we all know what happened in 2020.
Yes.
We don't talk about that.
We don't remember that yet.
Our department and a bunch of people's livelihood with live entertainment was just non-existent pretty rapidly. A lot of people's jobs were no longer a thing, but for those of us who performed all of our lives, what other skills were we really?
What do I do?
What
Exactly.
other skills were we trying to acquire? So, so that actually sent me back to Hawaii, and it was because of COVID that I ended up moving here to Idaho, because Idaho is a pretty great state to be in when you're trying to find work and trying to live somewhere that truly embraces the freedoms that America has. So I moved here. I came to visit in that summer, and I moved in 3 weeks. So it was like a real quick turnaround for me
3
when I
weeks.
decided to move here. Yeah.
Why
That's awesome.
Idaho? Besides obviously the freedoms, but what else enticed you to come here?
Well, I have friends who moved here, I believe in 2017, who I was visiting in the summer. My whole family came up to visit them the summer of 2020, and I was already trying to figure out where to move to because there was no way to work in Hawaii. So I knew I was going to move, and I was actually considering California because I have a lot of connections there. And while I was visiting, then my friend was like, just move here. Why not Idaho? And then I said, yeah, why not Idaho?
I love your friend for sending you here.
Why not?
Yes,
Why
great
not?
decision right there.
Yeah.
Okay, what else? What else? Previous jobs, you kind of talked about that and your family. And can you just tell everybody who you used to play? Am I allowed to talk about
so.
that?
I mean, why not,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Well, okay. Well,
It'll give them a good visual of her.
all right. Well, let
Yeah.
me start first, I guess, with my family. So I'm one of 8 kids. I
Oh,
have
wow.
7 siblings. Yeah. Big family.
Yeah.
And I'm the only one who lives in Idaho. So it's kind of crazy. We're all pretty spread out. But my dad is full Fijian. My mom is as white as can be. And
Okay.
but I'm not actually Hawaiian at all by blood.
Okay.
Just kind
From
of,
there.
yeah,
Yeah.
kind of associate myself with being an islander just because I'm Polynesian.
Yeah.
But not actually Hawaiian.
Okay.
So that's what, most people don't actually know that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And let's see. I guess my first professional job as a performer, like I said, was with Disney, and it was at the Disney Resort, Aulani.
Yes.
Disney Resort on Oahu. And I can't say it any other way except to say that I was friends with Moana.
Okay.
At the resort. And great friends, saw her every day.
That's a good way to put it. That's a really good way to put it. And I've told you this before, but I went to Aulani last summer or the summer before last, and it was such a fangirl moment for me when I saw your friend Moana.
She's great.
I took pictures with her, and it was just super exciting.
Man, I wish I was there.
Yeah, I know. Me too. So I just think that's amazing. Yeah, you've done some very cool things, but I'm so glad that path has brought you here to us.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, me too.
What about this? What's your favorite ride here at the park?
Aftershock.
Okay.
No, that was
she didn't even
quick.
have no hesitation.
I think stunt pilot is a very, very close second.
Yeah.
And I think my only hesitation, I think, with Aftershock is that I wish the wait time wasn't quite as long because I would just be on it all the time. But it's such a large ride. And so it makes sense why it takes so long between cycles. But it's so
What's
fun.
the most you've ridden it in a day?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe 3 times.
Yeah. Do you think you could ride it more?
Oh, yeah.
Wow. That's
What's
impressive.
the most you think you could ride it?
Probably I could
without falling over afterwards.
Yeah, I'm pretty.
You can do it?
I feel like I could boldly say that I want to be extra dramatic and say 10, but I think I could do 8.
Yeah?
Okay.
I think
I
we
could
put
ride
her
it
up to
8
that
times.
challenge.
I think we could put her up to that challenge.
That seems reasonable. I don't know.
Sure. That might be a lot.
Let's give that a shot. Yeah.
So,
because there's enough time, also because the wait time is long enough, there's enough time in between to readjust your equilibrium.
Well,
that
unless we just load you and go.
Yeah.
And just
they got to test these rides out before we go live,
might be
right?
trying this. So
I'd be willing to give it a shot for sure.
Could you guys have a competition?
Me against her?
Yeah.
Yeah, always.
Look at Jordan. He's like, no problem.
We're all about competition.
So
we are all about competition. We may be on the same team, but we are all about competition.
That's true. We were both very competitive.
I noticed.
When we were doing some filming on Timber Terror, and I rode it 11 times in a row.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was feeling a little bit.
Okay, so I can do 12.
Oh, there it is. But during Scarywood, I was taking pictures of Timber Terror going backwards, and I was like up in this man lift with a flash over as it goes drops, and we had monsters in the front, like 6 rows.
Wow.
And every time, because you have to time it right, you only get 1 shot.
Yeah.
It was not good.
Oh.
They wrote it like 10 times, and we had people puking.
And they're monsters.
Well, they actually ended up having to go home for the night because of how many times I was like, we missed it. Let's try. And I'm a perfectionist.
But couldn't you rotate out who you had as your
but
monsters?
they wanted to be in the front. They wanted to be the one seen because we
photo.
used it for advertising forever. We still do.
I still use that photo often. Yeah.
So all right, you can go 12.
So now
then.
we know
we can go 12.
how to take out a monster.
I could easily do 12.
Okay.
Okay, it's on.
It's on.
It's happening. As soon as Danny gives us the go that we can test out some
we
stuff.
should shake on it.
Yes.
Get this.
Okay, it's official.
Man.
Well, I know you guys love competition.
Yes.
So I just wanted to forewarn you that after this next question, I do have a nice competition. A competition. I don't know where that came from. I was speaking Spanish earlier. Now I'm from Boston, apparently.
It's quality competition.
So just prepare yourselves. But I do have one more question because I do want to know, say you had one final meal and you had to eat it here at the park. What would it be?
Well, I just recently found out that the Theater of Illusions serves gluten-free pizza.
Ooh.
And I am of the unfortunate category of people that can't have gluten. But I love pizza.
And the pizza is so good at TOI. So yeah.
That's your place.
Choice.
That's a great spot. So come watch a magic show, have a little pizza.
There we go.
Yeah. Catering to everybody. Yeah. So you guys want to play a game? Of course you do.
Why not?
That was a silly question.
Why not?
So
Twist my arm.
This is what I'm putting you up to. Now, for those listening that might not know, Jordan and Shiloh are basically, they're Dynamite Dan, they're Ranger Rosie, they're Big Joe, and they're The engineer.
Rocky,
yes.
Rocky the engineer.
Rocky.
Yeah.
So, and if you were out to the park in 2024, you may have seen them performing together.
Specifically in August. Yeah.
Specifically in August, we definitely had
The chances were good.
Yes. Let's just say they're professional fill-ins. And Jordan also, did both of you write that script, or
He wrote it.
He wrote it.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's something very special, and so I feel like you guys should really know it from front
we
to back.
played it enough, and
Yeah.
Shiloh played it a lot more than me.
So Shiloh
Did I?
probably has.
I mean, probably at least between both the roles.
Yeah, you've got an advantage then.
Yeah.
Because do you guys remember 2024? I know it was a while ago.
That's the problem. I don't have a good memory.
Let's see if it comes back to you. Because I'm going to read a line.
Okay.
I'm going to read a line from the train robbery from last year. And you have to respond what the next line is. Okay?
Okay.
All right.
Am I
Jordan, I'm going to go first with you. With
my
one,
Dynamite Dan and
Rocky the engineer.
okay.
And your Ranger Rosie and
and
Big Joe. Okay?
boy.
I'm first.
We're going to
Polish my
start one with
French.
you, and we're going to go back and forth. I've got 3 for each of you, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
So, Jordan, here is the line you're going to follow.
Okay.
Great. That was easy. All right, engineers, next stop, the Silverwood Silver Mine.
Hello and welcome aboard old engine number 7 on the beautiful Silverwood Central Railway. My name is Rockefeller, but you can call me Rocky or Feller, whatever you prefer. I'm up here driving this train, but I can't remember the rest of the line. But that was a lie.
I literally have the first
Okay,
line.
you had the first line. We're going to get it. I mean,
That one's a long.
That's a long
No,
one.
I just did the
Man.
first line.
Oh
You
my
guys don't
gosh.
have to recite the whole,
sit back
thing.
and enjoy
That was
your
above and
ride.
beyond.
yeah,
There
that
you go.
was, okay, show off.
I'll take 1 point off that one.
One
Thank
point
you.
for Jordan. All right. Shiloh, are you ready?
Give her a long one.
So you're responding as Big Joe.
Okay.
Who tinkled in your cornflakes?
Ooh.
Oh my word. Oh, it must have been that Ranger. She really got inside my head.
Yes. Ding, ding, ding.
Yes.
Nice work. Okay, we're tied. 1-1.
I was like, was there a steal option? Because
No.
I think I was close for that one.
Jordan's over here like, oh, I want to
Fine.
say it. I want to say it.
Gotta find any way to make some extra points.
Okay, you're Dynamite Dan now. Okay, Jordan?
Okay.
I can't take it anymore. Just go away.
Oh my gosh, I know the essence of it. Just go away, we.
Maybe Shiloh needs to say it in the accent.
Just go away, we.
I can't take it anymore. Just go away.
This is one I always kind of ad-libbed, so
Yeah.
this makes it hard.
Yeah, I actually don't know
I
that
kn-
you've ever said this one correct.
I don't think so either. It's right after I hang up the phone, and I go back, and I was just so nervous. Something
Can I give
about
him a hint?
about
Yeah, give him a hint.
Sasquatch.
Sweating.
Sweating like a poacher's run away from Sasquatch.
Yeah.
That's about the way he said it every time
Every
in the
time.
show.
That one.
Jordan, you
that
wrote it.
I didn't write it like that originally.
Yeah, it changed.
It
That
changed.
one developed because of the way the performers were
Yes.
doing it.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
So a little bit of behind the scenes.
I
Okay,
know.
good to know.
Oh man. Okay.
Do you want to know what the line was?
Tell me.
I said, I'm sorry. I was so nervous. I was sweating like a Sasquatch running from
From
a pack of poachers.
I always said it backwards on accident.
Yeah.
A bunch of poachers running
From
from a
Sasquatch.
sweaty
Yeah.
Sasquatch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it originally was a completely different line.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we changed it in rehearsals.
Mm-hmm.
And then since even once we got into performing, then the actors were really taking their liberty with a lot of different lines. And so
Yeah.
we heard it a million different ways.
Yeah. Well,
Mhm.
still not an excuse.
Okay. Whoa, still 1-1. Okay.
Yep.
No mercy.
All right, Shiloh. You are Rosie now, okay? Okay. I'm kind of in a vulnerable position here.
Mm.
Oh, yeah. He's in the outhouse.
Yes.
Kind of in
a vulnerable position here.
Just keep your hands where I can see him. Big Joe. Yeah, that's right. I've captured the feared Big Joe. Oh, wait. I know the whole thing. I've captured the feared Big Joe.
Names were written in the
It's going to
papers.
be written in the papers. And they'll something about this one has way too many.
Yeah, it's right.
Something about a
He's still
parade.
got
Ranger
it.
Rosie Day.
Yes, Ranger Rosie Day.
Good job.
Nice job. Well, it looks like Shiloh has pulled ahead,
Okay.
Jordan. What are you going to do about it?
Let's go on to the next one.
Okay. All right, Jordan. This is your last chance.
What? Okay.
Yeah,
She said there were
only three. Only
Okay.
three.
Oh, but then how about we give each other one?
Oh.
That's fine. Yeah. Okay. Your Dynamite Dan still. Wrong type of cougar.
Dang. How come I can never get the girl? Hey, Big Joe, will you be my girlfriend?
No.
Hey, who tickled in your cornflakes?
There you go.
That goes into the next line.
All right, we're tied up. We're tied up. And for the tiebreaker, Shiloh.
Okay.
You're Big Joe.
Okay.
Big Joe, we have to stop. Look, it's dinner hanging out on the tree.
Ugh. Excuse Dynamite Dan. He's so country. He thinks a 6-course meal is a possum and a 6-pack. Disgusting.
Says the woman who eats snails.
Escargot is one of the most famous delicacies in French cuisine.
It's
something like
slug with its house on its back. It's like eating a sneeze after a head cold.
I thought you guys were going to wear the outfit today.
We should have had.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Good job.
Really should have. Ding, ding, ding. And
Shiloh undefeated.
Shiloh undefeated.
Yes.
For that win, I will post the greatest picture of you guys and some of your acting on social media for all to see. The memories. I know I was really excited. I just started. And now all of a sudden, my boss and my coworker, going head to head,
performing.
It was amazing.
Well, did we ever perform you, Ranger Rosie, and me, Dynamite Dan?
No.
We were always together.
Yeah, you were together. Yeah. But it was fun.
We'll have to make that happen.
Fun.
Yeah. Do you remember when I dropped my gun off the train?
Do you remember
I
when
wasn't
Jordan
there for
lost
that.
his gun altogether and did finger guns?
Yeah, and those were 2 different shows. I
Those are 2 different
watched
shows,
that
yeah.
one happen when you did it.
That was my very first show of the year. I'm like,
Can you please retell that story?
I'm so ready. I'm sitting in the outhouse, ready to go. I walk out and I see Ranger Rosie and I get back into the outhouse, but I whip around so fast and my gun goes flying. I get in the outhouse, I'm like, oh my gosh, my gun came out.
Out of his holster. He wasn't even holding it.
All over onto the ground. And I'm like, oh shoot. So we go finish the line. I go and I pick up my gun and we do the whole thing. We do the robbery. First time when we go into the scuffle bit, my gun goes flying again and I didn't notice.
Yeah. And we're all thinking, I was on the back of the train, I'm like, what is he going to do? What is he going to do?
He's going to do exactly what Dynamite Dan would do and throw out those finger guns.
The essence of Dynamite Dan. So I was like, because there's a moment where Dynamite Dan shoots at Ranger Rosie up on the water tower.
Yeah.
And so I was just like, bang, bang, bang.
Actually saying that.
Saying the word bang. But then it gets to the end and I don't have, and spoiler alert, Dynamite Dan kind of turns on Big Joe. Mm-hmm. And how we typically do that is he puts her at a stick up behind her. Mm-hmm. And I remember I put my finger guns into her back. And we're not supposed to touch each other, like with a gun, like as far as gun safety goes.
Yeah, even though they're completely props, there's no way they can fire something.
100%, they can't fire real bullets. But
that's what that one guy on that show said too, I'm sure, before all the bad things
No,
happened.
his was
that was
completely different. Ours was made by a theater props company, so they actually can't. They're walled. Yeah, they're walled up. There's they can't. Anyway,
they can't shoot. Yeah.
Anyway, so I stick it in her back, and we do the whole thing. And afterwards, she was like, "You're not supposed to stick." I was like, I don't have a gun.
They were my fingers.
It was just my fingers, and I just wanted to make sure you knew I was still here. And I didn't want people to see me holding finger guns. Anyway, that you just live and roll, right?
I do remember is when he came upstairs and you were red in the face. You were so embarrassed, and we're all like, "No, that's so perfect."
Yeah, if it was gonna happen to anyone, it had to be Dynamite Dan.
Yeah.
So when I dropped my gun, it was on the train while we were moving.
Oh no!
So the whole skunk bit happens, and I usually, as Big Joe, I duck and cover. I see it coming, and I duck and cover. But this particular show, I ducked and covered too well, I guess. I
ducked bent over. Yeah.
I was really trying to get away from that fake skunk. And my gun slid out of my holster and down the train. I watched it fall off in slow motion. And I hear it hit the track and I'm like, oops. So that just happened. And then I stood up and I'm like, well, now what? And so we get to that ending part of the show that Jordan was just talking about. And Big Joe is also supposed to have a gun because she holds Ranger Rosie up at gunpoint. And so I grabbed the pop gun
That was a bit we were gonna do. We changed.
Yeah,
that's hilarious.
We were gonna have Rosie incorporate that somewhere else in the show with a guest, and that had to change for a lot of reasons. But I grabbed that out of the prop box because luckily we still had it in there.
Oh my gosh!
And we had never actually done this in the show.
That's great improvising.
So the fact that we even had it in the crate was amazing. And I held it up, and she turns around with her arms up, and she's like, "What is happening?" And then I look down, I'm like, "This is not a real gun."
So good. So good.
It was so funny. And then I think a guest walked away with that pop gun after the show because we never saw it again. And I was like, oh, that was a one-time thing that will never happen again.
Yeah. Or adult, probably.
Yeah, we had a lot of props walk away, unfortunately.
We did. Sad day.
Well, since we're talking train show, why don't we talk about what's happening in 2025? And we kick things off with anything new going on with the train robbery this year. Is it still getting robbed?
Oh,
what's happening?
You know, there is a chance it doesn't get robbed, so you just got to ride it and find out.
I like that. I do like that. Any tidbits you can give us?
Yeah. Go
ahead. Give me some crumbs here. Give me some crumbs.
So, well, we will have new elements this year. And if you saw it last year, then you will be surprised with some new things that we've incorporated, but we're keeping the same dynamics of our characters. We're just delving deeper into who they are.
Okay.
So I think it would be super special for anyone that has already seen it last year to then learn more about these characters because we're hearing more of them and who they are and seeing more of their personality. So I think that'll be really awesome just to kind of be able to compare that way and then to find some really fun things that are different because practically everything that's happening at the mine is going to happen differently.
Oh, okay.
We're trying. I don't want to give too much away because it's going to be really exciting.
Yeah.
And anyone that saw it years and years ago, I think is really going to appreciate some of the things we're bringing back.
Oh, okay.
That's a good little tease right there.
That's great. So that is great.
But so the silver mine part of it is completely rewritten.
Yeah.
Okay.
From really beginning to end. There's maybe some lines that are relatively the same, but we're really excited for what we have for that part of the show.
Yeah.
And then last year we learned a lot because it was our first time doing this show. There are parts of last year's show that we actually took out before the public even was able to see it because we didn't think that the cast could handle with the train speed and it just wouldn't fit well. But as we went into August, we were like, we could have done these bits. And so we're going to add those back in too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because that's something that I think is super special about our show. And not everyone realizes or understands this about our train show. And maybe because it's been done so many different ways in the past. But the show happens as soon as you get on the train. We don't wait to get to the silver mine to then start talking about these characters and giving you a show. They'd been performing the whole time. Yeah. So the whole time that you're on that train, whether you're sitting at the mine or before or after, the show is happening the whole time.
Yeah. The show must go on.
Yeah.
Well, and even like the experience from grabbing like the Silverwood Gazette, because everything in the Silverwood Gazette, when you're reading on is supposed to tie into everything entertainment wise.
And tell them where they can get that. That's right in the entrance.
Yeah,
right?
there's actually a couple of different places where you can get it, but the main place where people get it before riding the train is right before you exit the depot. So there's a little rack that has a Silverwood Gazette newspaper. And fun story about that is way back in like the beginning days of Silverwood, we had a little newspaper called the Silverwood Gazette that they would put different issues out. And so we just use this to be fun and like expand our like old time story.
Yeah.
And what a fun keepsake too for your visit to the park. So.
It is. And it helps you stay in this world that we've created here at Silverwood, whether you're riding the train or not. I mean, the story is kind of all spread out. There are even little pictures of our character Big Joe and who is Big Joe and little wanted posters around and stuff. And we talk about Big Joe in our Marvin and Friends show.
Yeah.
I mean,
yes, we do.
It's kind of all spread out.
One last question about the train. Where's Sasquatch? Is he coming? Is he there? Can we find Sasquatch?
I hope we find Sasquatch.
Maybe one of these days.
Yeah.
I don't think we've got a picture yet, but we hear he's out there.
Okay.
There's this crazy voiceover that you might hear from a huckleberry picker.
What?
out in the forest that might have seen Sasquatch.
Okay. I must be good if Shiloh's cracking up right now. So
it's because it's Shiloh's voice.
Shiloh's voice. Okay.
Brings this up every time.
Okay, so here we go, guys.
She hates this
Something you will know, a fun little Easter egg for you to find while you're out at the park. Listen for that huckleberry picker and know that it was Shiloh that you heard on the podcast.
Between Jordan and I, we have a lot of little voiceovers that are all over.
Yeah.
And I love voiceover work.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, that was my dream.
Yeah.
That was what I wanted to be and wanted to do as far as performing. I wanted to do voiceover work. And so it was funny because the first time that we had recorded something for the train, I was like, oh, I'm living my childhood dream in so many ways. And that particular one was interesting. He gave me the direction of, he said it needs to be unhinged.
Unhinged.
So
that's what it is.
That's what it is. Well, I look forward to hearing it.
Yes, that's a good one.
That's
a good one.
But we did mention Marvin and Friends. Mm-hmm. So give me a little lowdown. I hear that they're really coming out. They're like not sleeping this year.
I was gonna say, well, coming out, they're still on the wall.
Yeah, they're just not taking their nap
there.
time as per usual. So yeah,
they're a little more
caffeine.
Yes,
caffeinated.
A little more caffeinated this year. They're pretty chatty.
Yeah.
And they like to interrupt, even when we have singing shows going on in there. You know, they like to make their presence known.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll be hearing a lot more of them this year. Okay. For sure.
Who's your favorite?
It's got to be Elmer.
Yes.
I mean, always and forever.
Yeah. Elmer has my heart.
Well, and I guess maybe fill in people who haven't seen the Marvin and Friends show and like what really this is, because 2 years ago it was a very different type of show. So last year was a new show. Fill in what happened last year.
Okay. So our three characters are Marvin the Moose, Elmer the Elk, and Bruce the Bison. And they are taxidermy heads. They are taxidermy heads in our High Moon Saloon, and they can talk. So if that sounds creepy, it's not meant to.
It's really quite heartwarming, honestly.
They are.
Yeah, they're lovable characters, all lovable in their own way. And basically, they talk about their life before they got to the High Moon Saloon. We have an actual full Marvin and Friends show that happens occasionally throughout the days, where they sing about their life. So not only do they talk, but they also sing.
They're quite good.
They are quite talented. That was a really fun project to work on because we actually were able to bring our friends in to work on that show with us. So that's always a really fun experience to bring in people that we already know and to explore those talents. So, and then in addition to that actual Marvin and Friends show, then this year we're doing a lot of mini like vignettes, and they talk about all sorts of things. They kind of have their own mini like 5-minute podcast moments is what it feels like. It feels like they have their own little radio show, and you can
next podcast guest. Oh, okay.
That would be funny.
That would be really funny. I think we could fit a mount right there.
Maybe.
Okay, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Go on.
That's an idea.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this year we wanted to, I guess, give them more moments to interact with each other, to give our audience even more moments to experience something happening.
Great.
And they're little, just small, like all of them are about 5 minutes long, and they would happen randomly throughout the day. They're all going to shuffle through randomly so that you could just be going in and getting some food, and maybe you're just sitting down to find some place to enjoy the moment, and then they'll just start yapping away.
Yeah.
just
surprise you
to
out
keep
of
the
the
world
blue.
alive. Yeah, just to keep it all alive, and it's more interactive moments, which we're all about. So
super excited.
So we call it entertainment. And
entertainment. Okay.
I've never heard that.
You didn't know that?
So Jordan calls it entertainment, not Shiloh.
I call it entertainment.
Yeah,
yes,
entertainment. We'll start using that.
Basically, like, there's people eating in there, and your shows are, you have 3 shows a day that are actually full-length shows, and so to give more of these vignettes, some more of these mini moments that actually extend the world that we're building, and create a really funny, atmospheric narratives that they're talking about. I mean, they'll talk about who has the best antlers, some predator tales from before. I mean, there is, and who's Big Joe, Sasquatch, real or fake. Those are just like some moments that we're going to explore and they're going to talk about.
And it's going to be amazing. And now also in the High Moon, we have the engineers, correct?
Yes, so they perform in the High Moon Saloon, but they will also be performing all throughout the park and be roaming around. It's much easier to travel this time around. For a lot of reasons.
I heard that there's a new way of transportation, and there was some excitement I heard in the office today. So that's great.
Very excited. We want to utilize the stage that's in High Moon Saloon, but we do also want to give the audience a show, even if they can't come to us. Then we want to be able to go roam around to them and interact with more people outside.
Get everybody singing.
Exactly, get them singing and dancing. We'll teach a line dance or two.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm all about all those moments.
I'm excited. I need to learn.
Yeah, you got the boots for it.
Perfect. I'm ready. Boot, scoot, and boogie.
Exactly.
Let's do this. Let's see. Entertainment. What else? Oh, magic show.
Magic show, yeah. So we'll bring Nick in to talk about magic show eventually.
Any little crumbs you can give us without Nick?
It's pretty much all new.
It's new. It is brand new.
Okay, so I actually had somebody ask that this week. Like,
it's
every.
I mean, there is maybe two things that have been from previous shows. Actually, maybe just one.
Maybe just one.
Yeah. So we'll get him in. He's very excited about it. So we'll let him go.
We'll talk about that soon.
But I mean, I think what we can talk about is like the casting process. Like, who are these people that we're bringing in?
I would love to hear that. Because I hear you guys cheering with the door closed in the conference room every once in a while, and I'm like, what are they doing? And then you come out and you're smiling really big because you just had a great audition.
Yeah.
So tell me how this goes down.
Yeah. Well, the first thing I want to say is that the casting process is always, it can be a bunch of highs and lows.
Yeah.
And it's never streamlined. It's never just linear. There are a lot of things going on and a lot of things we have to consider. So anyone that's listening that is a performer, just shoot your shot. You got to just go for it.
Yeah.
Because we do our best to give everyone a fair shot and like fully watch everything that they've sent in, and not pass right away. We want to make sure that we're taking everyone into consideration.
And you're super accommodating, which is great. So, yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
We try to be. We try to be.
Definitely try. Yeah.
And what we tell all the people that we actually talk to is both of us, we jump in, we act, we do all that stuff. So we want to be as actor friendly as possible so that we're not asking them to do something that we just wouldn't do ourselves.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Totally.
So, and how's that whole audition process going? Are we still looking? Are we done? Have we, what's
We're
the status?
close. We're getting really close.
Yeah.
We're almost done fully casting for everything that we need, and that's including the magic show stuff. But we've been able to meet a lot of really, really fun and energetic people who have lots of experience in all sorts of fields. And it's always really fun to kind of see what people put on their resume for like special skills and stuff. And then whenever we make it to an interview process, because there are a lot of different stages to the casting, then when we make it to an actual virtual interview, then to talk to them and meet the different personalities behind the resume and such, it's really fun. And we've met a lot of cool people.
Yeah. Names, I just want to hear, because I've heard it in the office, but some of these special skills. I mean, I've heard like juggling and
stilt walking,
fire
and
stuff,
some people will put on there special type of whistling.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't know that there were more than one way to do it.
Accents are big ones.
Yeah. That's hard. I mean,
Driver's
when you
license.
do Big Joe, I'm just like, whoa, she's good.
She is good.
She's so good.
Well, she's good. Aren't you? You're teaching a class this year on your accent for our Big Joe character.
We're gonna do a special skills training day for different stunts and stage combat and accents and anything else that is pertinent to the characters that we have.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Silverwood University.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. I love it. I love it. I don't know. Anything else, Jordan?
I think
that covered it. That covered everything I had. So
we covered everything that's going on. I mean, I guess the one thing that's probably next is like going into the rehearsal time frame and then getting ready for that opening day.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we're so close.
Oh, I'm so excited for rehearsals. I've said this many times. Rehearsal season is my favorite. And that might be crazy to some people, but as a performer, I loved the rehearsal process, especially on a build of a show when everyone there knows that we're all doing it for the first time, or it's the first time we're bringing these characters to life this way. That's always really special and unique. We have a couple returners this year, which is really exciting because that brings a whole nother element of experience to the shows that we're offering. And I like being on the production team as I've performed for so long. So now to also be on this side and to help other people through the character development process and whatever else it takes to get the show up and running. It's really fun. And Silverwood is just really unique in a lot of different ways because we try to be actor friendly and we try to we want to help everyone be set up for success, and every single role needs to be done that way, and that's really special to have. So,
can I mention one more thing that you do? She's back there sewing costumes, y'all, like nonstop, and she is an incredible seamstress. It just, so you see a lot of the costuming and things. I mean, she's the one that's fixing the holes and the tears and the stuff. I mean, you're out there shining the gun props. I mean, it's just, I see you doing so much, and she's just all over the place. So they very much are, both her and Jordan, very immersed in everything. So they understand the positions, which is great. I really.
Thank you.
You don't see that in a lot of places.
I mean, almost all of our costumes are fully custom by Shiloh.
Yeah. So
that's crazy to hear.
I know. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. And they're amazing.
Wild.
They're amazing.
Part of me was kind of hoping you wouldn't bring up costumes because now I'm thinking of all the costumes that are not
there. Oh, no. Well, we know what she's working on next week.
Right.
Well, what do you say? I think I hear an ice cream truck.
Yep.
What is that?
Here it comes. The inside scoop.
The inside scoop is here, you guys. So, Shiloh, we have one very important question for you. Okay. If you had a super secret insider tip, maybe along the lines of entertainment for someone visiting the park, what would that tip be?
This is probably a tip that most people who come here know, but it's still worth repeating. Don't wait till the last robbery of the day to get on the train.
Yeah,
that's
a really good one.
Because everyone is waiting for that last robbery. Because it doesn't mean it's the last train ride of the day. There are usually one or two others after, depending on the day. But if you're waiting for the last great train robbery to finally see the show, you're most likely going to miss it.
Yeah.
It will be full. Yeah. As much as our train can hold a lot of people, it's not nearly enough for the amount of people that come to the park.
Yeah.
So
we don't want to turn anybody away. It's the worst.
Yeah. So we have as many robberies as we can. So you should just try it for the first one that you possibly can.
Yeah.
Yeah. What a great way. Walk into the park, hop on the train.
There you go.
Let's go.
I mean, truly, though, honestly, because I mean, our schedule goes, our first train robbery typically is at noon.
Yeah.
And so it goes 3 straight, and then there's a break, and we do like a voiceover show. So, which is also a good tip, is if you don't really want to be on there with the actors and you just want to ride around, jump onto our voiceover show, which is called A Trip to Yesteryear. And then you just see the scenery and you see all the animals we have out there. And then
it's really pretty.
It's only 25 minutes long compared to about 35 minutes for the
robbery
show.
Yeah. Interesting. I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
So
that show happens at the beginning, middle, and the end of the night once it gets dark.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And that's a fun one too, for sure. Yeah. But definitely if you're trying to see the robbery, don't wait till the last one.
Yeah. Perfect.
Another scoop would be, which side of the train should they sit on?
That's
a great one.
I actually have wondered this.
And where in the train?
Yeah. Usually when people ask me, I recommend, but I think it really just depends on what you're trying to see exactly and what moments you want to experience. But I usually recommend sitting at the front of car 4 on the right-hand side.
That's the first one after the uncovered one.
Yeah.
Okay.
The uncovered car is really fun too because there's a really special interactive moment that happens with a guest in that car.
Okay.
But I think visually, if you are you would like to see as much as possible for every aspect of the show, I would say the very front of car 4. Okay. The right-hand side is closest to the silver mine, so that side's good.
I know where I'm going this summer.
There you go.
That's a great tip.
Shiloh, you are amazing. And I'm so glad that you came in here today. Your energy is fantastic. And we're so happy to have you. And everybody look for Shiloh out there playing everything.
Truly
this
everything.
Summer, aside of Jordan. Yes, both of them. And make sure to wave and say hello. So thanks again, Shiloh.
Thank you.
And that's a wrap on this week's ride. Thanks for tuning in to the Silverwood Show. If you had a blast, make sure to subscribe, leave us a review, and share the fun with your fellow thrill seekers. Got a question, story, or suggestion? Send it our way to podcast@silverwoodthemepark.com for a chance to be featured in our Mail Train segment. Until next time, keep your hands and feet inside the podcast and stay thrilling.
Let's go again! Silverwood, come join me!